All right, so I'm gonna share with y'all a little bit of information in regards to, you know, how to keep your stuff optimized and why, if you're using some DENON DJ products, which of course, especially in standalone units, we're having to utilize Engine OS software. My laptop's not that new, but it did cost me around 4 or 5 grand, and I have more than enough RAM and stuff like that to do a lot of stuff all in one. So the number one thing, obviously, you want everything to be updated to the latest. A lot of people, especially with OS, the Engine OS software, they tend not to update because they, for some reason or other, are having some issues. I've done them both connected to Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi, not being connected to Wi-Fi rather. And I'm gonna actually do another video on this because I'm actually selling a bunch of my drives, which has 5 terabytes worth of music. And as you can see, I mean, it's a bunch. So here's to prove that that's exactly almost 5 terabytes. I'm constantly always updating. The number one thing, especially if you're doing stuff over 4 terabytes, you want to have this is the best and the latest format to be able to do anything in regards to music and videos. That's FAT. The FAT32 is only limited to 4 terabytes of information. It won't go past 4 terabytes. So I mean, and then of course, if you're on the average, I mean, well, yeah, it is average. The regulars, which is everybody else's NTFS, I mean, that's outdated. Obviously, some newer computers may not have that format, and they will be on the on this type of format here, the XFAT, and that's where we all need to go. So without any further ado, let's go. All right, so like I said, that's almost 5 terabytes of music. And as you can see, there's nothing going on the job monitor here because I've already analyzed all of my music, 5 terabytes worth. Roughly took me maybe about a week or two, I think. And because I'm using SoundSwitch, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I have actually does have some light shows, which I've auto scripted or I've actually created. When you first launch this, and let's verify, because I don't have my Engine DJ Denon Prime 4 with me, but I am using the latest 3.0.1, which is the same thing on my Prime 4. These, they don't update the LC6000s, and I have my Rain, which I can use with Virtual DJ and Serato and any other DJ software. So anyways, when you first launch this, after you've already done all your auto scripting and everything else, the job monitor is going to be doing all its work, right? And it took me roughly 10 or 15 minutes for it to go through all its deal. And this is something similar to like the file manager when you first get into this, all right? And I'm thinking a lot of people are confused. I don't like this sync me up manager crap. I don't know, I just don't. If I put it on there, I mean, it'll take forever. It's always done that since I first got it. And I don't want to be here messing up this deal where it's probably going to do this and stay there for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes before I'm able to mess around with the screen. Yeah, well, shoot, I shouldn't have pressed it. Well, anyways, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's to export and import, playlists to and from. Oh, wow. Okay, so cool. The only thing is, I mean, when you're adding stuff, I mean, this I've already done quite some time. I don't want to go through this to where I'm going to press this and then it's not going to, do the deal the way that I want it to do, and then it's gonna screw up my whole deal. So this is still calculating whatever, right? Let me go ahead and close this down. See, let me close down. And again, this is the reason that I hate doing this on the sync manager, because now I think I've already screwed up my deal and it's not going to allow me to do anything. Okay, so it says new data available to sync. Sync to engine DJ. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a go and we'll see what the hell happens. I got this thing on there. We will give it a shot. Hopefully it's not gonna last another 10 or 15 minutes. If it does, then I don't know, we'll see what the hell. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this and I'll add this to it later. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it did do something. Select it. Alright, let me see what the hell did it do. So it found some other stuff. What the hell did it find? It's been a while since I messed around with my folders. And I'm actually surprised that the sync has actually done this rather quickly. These are all the rest of my folders. You know what? I'm gonna not mess with this right now. Not like that. And I always come up here and double check that I got all my stuff correctly on here. I went recently to check my decks, the colors and all that, which is cool. Alright, so I was able to take that off. So, okay, so again, when you first go, what you want to do is you want to take everything and put it in your collections tab. The collections tab can be found first here. This is where you're going to be dragging and dropping everything. That's where you're going to be able to create folders, subfolders, playlists, whatever you want to do. But you're going to get it from here. You're going to drag and drop, like for instance this, I would drag and drop it to here, to the top or wherever you want to put it. Once you do that, then it's going to analyze, in whatever drive you're putting it in, right? And the reason that you want to do this is for a number of things. You'll get all this metadata, especially if you've created a light show. If you don't, this is what will show up. It's doing a little bit of analyzing stuff here. You can always tell from the job monitor. But as you can see, it's way different. This is what a bunch of y'all are getting on a bunch of your devices, whether it's a Denon, a Newmark, whatever in-brand device you're using. There ain't no BPM information. There's not really too much information. Well, yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. But the thing is that every time that you launch, whatever way that you actually have your stuff set up, whether it's by title, artist, album, length, BPM, whatever, right? It doesn't allow you to view the stuff, for instance, like if you want to do it through a BPM. It's just always going to be going like this. It's always going to be, even if you put it on BPM, it's not going to show up BPM from lowest to highest, for example. The only way that you can do that is by dragging and dropping this folder, taking it into the collections tab, let it get analyzed there, and then from here, then you can sort it however you want. I always like to store it from the lowest BPM to the highest BPM, and it's always going to do that. It doesn't matter how many times I load or unload the stuff, it's always going to be there. And as you can see, everything has been analyzed. That's why I have, the track information here. So this is important because I mean, if you don't do it here, and you're at, for instance, at a live event, and you didn't mess around with a certain type of how can I say it, a certain type of folder, then all of a sudden, I mean, you're gonna be waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be analyzed. And mind you, the stuff is pretty quick, anyways. But you don't want to take that gamble and that risk. All of these I have set up to where they're going to be from the BPM from the lowest to the highest, all of them, and it's got all the information that you need at your fingertips. And yeah, you got to set aside some time to be able to do this to all of your music. And the reason that you want this, as you can tell, I mean, I have no red folders as of yet. The only reason that you'll get folders that are red is because you've either got some kind of music file that isn't legit, or it actually truly has been compromised, and therefore it's been affected, and this program will not let you run anything like that because it just won't. It'll start, acting weird, and then it's going to tell you to reformat your whole drive. And the reason for that's because a lot of times, a lot of us misspell a word or something like that, and as soon as you do it, the track is going to turn red. I'm trying to find some because I've actually have moved some, and it's actually happened that way. It's to where I've gotten it to where I lost some of my track information, and all of a sudden it's like it was misplaced, or it was misspelled by myself, or I let someone use it and they accidentally deleted my files or moved my files, and then I got some red files. And I pride myself in not having that much happen as far as like the red files are concerned. As you can see on my folders, I mean, the majority of all my stuff is coming up clean. And whenever I have some off time, that's what I like to do to ensure the quality of all my music. And damn near every folder that I'm gonna click on, I mean, it's gonna be like this, with no folders that are going to be how can I say that are going to be compromised, or what the hell does this damn thing say that it is? That it's been corrupted. Yes, that's the word, corrupted. Now, some of these folders I haven't really gone through them because I mean they're just too extensive, and I don't have the time to actually go through them right now. I believe I have analyzed a bunch of these, but the thing is, I haven't even set up my sound switch on some of these. But yeah, all of my stuff has been analyzed, the majority. Now let me take it to some folders that I know for a fact that I have moved around. That way I can show you an example of what these tracks are that I'm talking to you about, that have been what the program believes to be compromised and corrupted. Let me see, where is this? Okay, I gotta open up my subfolders. Hold on. Bear with me, people. Where the heck is my damn folders? And this is also important of how you label all your stuff, so it's not too hard to recognize. One of the things I wish that Engine OS would allow us to do is to be able to alphabetize all our folders here. For some reason, it just has not done that yet. So every time that you're dragging and dropping, that's how it's doing it, that order. I'm hoping that later on that they'll do that in some kind of an update soon, and we should be all right with that. Because for instance, if I were to right click here, yeah, That's all that it tells us. I mean, there's no way to put it in alphabetical order, and that would make it a lot quicker and simpler to navigate. All right, so I'm gonna show you these examples real quick. So I'm gonna go into my Tejano folder, and these are the way that they are because I've actually messed around with them and moved them, or I've named them. And this is what you'll get: file unavailable. Now let me see. I'm gonna show this, and I'm gonna see. Let me see. Can I see this? I'm gonna try this. That's a new feature. I'm gonna try it. Let's see if it does locate it. So it's saying it's locating the lost files. If this works, then kudos to everybody at DENON DJ OS for, building such a thing. Let me see if how long it takes. And since I do have quite some tracks that are missing or whatever, I'm gonna see what it does, why it does what it does, and later on we'll find out how. Now this is fast, but it's taking forever for me because I do have such an extensive library. So everybody else that has like a few 100,000 songs or whatever, I mean, this will be way quicker. And I'm using an Intel Core i7 10th gen on this, and this laptop's pretty quick. It's actually a Dell Precision 5750. Been using this already for, I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years, something like that. So it's moving pretty quickly for the extensive library that I have. So a lot of those people that are working with a few thousand songs and then they, for some reason, are, I don't know, going through their issues or just are impatient, yeah, try being and sitting in my shoes and trying to do all this. And I do have an extensive library just to cater to all of my clients. And I mean, I have access to over 10 million songs as well on my record pools. And I'm always constantly updating my stuff. So that's something too that can get you, into trouble with this kind of stuff. But I mean, it's either if you can locate this on your file explorer, which I'm surprised that it didn't show me here to locate it on the file explorer. Normally it would tell me, it would show it to me on my drive or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, you see this will show in Explorer. Oh, well, the reason being is because it doesn't have the information. So that's why I gotta locate this. And it did try to do something, but no, nothing, to no avail. So let's see. Alright, so it won't do this, alright? I'm gonna go to my Tejano folder on my file explorer, and I'm gonna look for this, and I'm gonna see if it plays. If it plays, then it's good. For some reason on Engine OS, it doesn't want to pick it up. And we're gonna find out right now exactly what the deal is. Hold on, give me a second, let me look for this right quick. Again, this is a genre that's based here out of Texas. Let me find this. What location would it be in? It just tells me it's in my Tejano folder, and that's it. Okay, I think I know where it's at. Where is my cool? Alright, so it would be here. Let's see, what is this? Alright, so this is what it is, but it didn't pick it up like that. You know what, I want to do this. I'm going to search for it. That is weird. I don't understand why it's doing that. Very strange, honestly. So it's in this folder, and I know without a doubt that it's here because I just got this in. Yep, it's in this one. One thing I could do, I could try to drag and drop it there. So that did not happen. That didn't either. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since it's not there, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it from the collection. I'll remove the red ones from the collection. Because if I play them, they're not gonna play for whatever reason. I think I've already renamed these, so the default information is not gonna match. Like, let me see. No. Yeah, I renamed a bunch of these, so that's why it's like that. Now, believe it or not, a lot of these can actually corrupt your information, your files. Once you remove them from a collection, or if you choose to delete them altogether, you would choose remove from drive, then you'll no longer find them in your drive. And yeah, some of these I actually did move to another location, so that's why they're not here. I forgot to tell you that too. If you move songs, they're gonna be not obviously in this same information, so therefore the metadata is going to be different. And that's another thing that I wish that we could do in the Engine OS, to where we can update all the information on the fly, where there's a sync button around here that supposedly that's what it was supposed to have been able to do, but that's not what it does. So I mean, I don't know, the people at Engine, they've come a long way since when I was first introduced way back in October of 2019. By far, I think this is the best one, because when I had some where it showed these tracks here, this is why it was saying that my drive was corrupted. Me not knowing at the time that I didn't have to redo my whole damn drive, I actually redid my whole drive each damn time that I would see that it was corrupted. So if everything was playing, all of a sudden everything was good, and it didn't take forever to load up, these were the reasons in the beginning that I found out that it was doing that. So I'm glad that I came into contact with y'all on this. That way y'all are not thinking, hey, well, this happened, you know, And normally, I mean, it's always going to be because a file has been renamed, or the file location simply has been changed and it's no longer there. And that's one of the quick methods of actually taking care of all this. I'm not erasing these yet because I'm going to actually take my time and go through this folder later on when I have a chance and redo everything. And I'm actually going to try the sync deal in a little bit and make a video of it. Maybe I'll do it live. Well, not live, but in real time, just like I'm doing this one. Yeah, and that's actually the case, is that I renamed a bunch of these tracks because I remember playing these tracks on a live setting using virtual DJing, and I was renaming these tracks as I was using them. But yeah, that's one of the deals as to why we have to do what we got to do and keep up with your folders. Alright, so I'll make another video in a little bit trying to explain how to connect to Serato via Sound Switch, and a little bit more explanation on everything else that we're doing. Thank you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. DJ NDG 214 out.